Hey everybody, Michael Tucker here. I'm your volunteer editor of sorts here at liberalresistance.net. Anyway, I thought we would try something different today. I thought in particular that I'd do two things. First, I'm going to sort of go back over a few stories that were recently on the site, but which, for one reason or another, may have sort of missed your attention. The reason they may have missed your attention is, let's face it, life has been kind of crazy and there's so much stuff going on in the world. But anyway, I'm going to do that. I'm going to mention a few of those cool articles that I really think you ought to read. And then after that, I thought I might tantalize you a little bit. Tantalization is cool. About things that will be running shortly on the site. In particular, we've got on hand a very funny novel from which we'll be running some excerpts, which is set in a somewhat fascistic post-Trump America. You'll enjoy it, I assure you. So anyway, let's get a move on. Let me talk to you a little bit first about things you may have missed, and then we'll talk about things that are coming up. Okay, first, for reasons that will shortly become very clear, I'd like to point out this review of Michael Wolff's book about the Trump White House, Fire and Fury. Our talented and beautiful reviewer makes it clear that the book's very difficult to read. Not that the book is badly written, quite the alternative. It is just that the subject matter, the Trump White House, is revolting. I gather that each time she read a chapter, she wanted to go and take a shower in disinfectant. Oh, and you may be asking yourself, why, out of all the possible topics that I could have covered, am I beginning my remarks with this review, written by a marvelous expert and lovely reviewer? Well, for one thing, it's very well written and a very interesting read. And for another, I'm married to the author. My mama didn't raise no foolish children. One ugly one, yeah, but no foolish ones. Nepotism, after all, has its place in the world. Okay, and next we have this piece on Paul Moya. Mr. Moya is running for the House of Representatives in our state, i.e. New Mexico. He's an interesting chap. Definitely worth a look. In fact, even if you are not a resident of our fair state, you may want to glance at the story. It may be that this is the kind of Democrat, that is Moya, that we need in Congress, and maybe the kind of Democrat that we need in general running for office. Unfortunately, given the nature of the GOP at the moment, it may be that the only good Republican is one who's not elected. Mr. Moya is electable. There are others, of course, who are also electable, but the important point is he is electable, and right now we need all the electable Democrats we can get. And of course, we have lots of other excellent material on the site these last few days. Luke Haynes has had several pieces, as William Turner, Mark Kaiser, Peter H. Salas. I'm leaving out a whole bunch of folks who I would like to include, but I'm just running out of time. But I am going to finish up today with a writer who hasn't appeared on our site before, Michelle Gabriel. In her piece, you say snowflake, I say survivor. She looks at how she went from being something like a conservative, even a libertarian, I suppose, to an anti-Trump activist. You may not agree with everything she says, but rest assured this is a powerful story of political conversion and personal strength in the face of great tragedy. Okay, now let's go to the novel, to the thing that's coming up. The book in question is Freedom City by Philip Becknell. Rest assured, if you are the least bit anti-Trump, you'll love it. The novel is set in a near-future world in which a certain and entirely fictional orange-headed president has just died. I won't reveal spoilers just yet, but to give you an idea of what is to come, the recently departed president gets a solid gold, or at least solid gold plated tomb. So stay tuned. We are getting the prologue in 4 chapters, and we'll be running them once a week for 5 weeks. And stay tuned, too, to learn more about the author, Philip Becknell. He's an interesting figure. Let's just say that he's a private detective in Washington, D.C., and if anybody has the background to do a novel like this, 'tis he. And that, folks, is that. But stay tuned and come back often. Lots more craziness to come. Take care and have a good day.